Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I know it has been almost 3 months. I think it's probably been over 3 months now, probably closer to 4 months at this point. But I've been gone for a while and a lot of stuff has happened. Like Daryl Dixon season 2 came out and it ended before I made a video on it. I actually was going to review it weekly every time an episode released, but then the entire season got leaked. Good job at AMC. You're doing very good with leaks. You have the whole season get leaked this time, and then, episode 1 and 2 of The Ones Who Live got leaked last time. Great track record so far. But anyways, let's jump into the review of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, episodes 1 through 6. Long ass title. Way too long. That's like the first misstep they took this season. But forget the title. The whole story this season is just like up and down. It's more bipolar than my ex-girlfriend at this point, which is pretty sad. I don't understand what Scott Gimple was thinking with this season. There were some episodes that were just so amazing, and then there were some episodes that were just like complete utter dog shit, such as episode 3. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on that. A lot of people said episode 3 was really good. I absolutely hated episode 3. But before we get to episode 3, let's start with episode 1. Episode 1 was a slow-ass start. This was the slowest start to a Walking Dead season in a long time. Like, it felt like Fear the Walking Dead for seasons 4 to 8. So yeah, that's not a good thing. Fear the Walking Dead it was amazing, and then it would turn into the biggest piece of dog shit, just like this season of Daryl Dixon. Which I don't understand how they do that, because like they have a lot of the same cast and crew from last season, because from what I heard, these seasons were like almost filmed back to back. So, what the hell happened to it? So in episode 1, we get reintroduced to Carol, which is great. Great to see her. I thought everything was pretty good. I just thought everything was so slow, and we barely saw any Daryl. Now, I love this episode so far. Like, this episode was going good, other than the slowness of it. But then we get to Madame Genet, which, I'm excited for. I'm like, holy shit. They're shooting at Madame Genet right now. Daryl's got her in his line of fire. And then she's just gone in the next shot, which is very disappointing. That was the typical Scooby-Doo villain stuff, which a guy by Jerry's Takes on YouTube, he's been calling the villains of season 2 Scooby-Doo villains, which they kind of are. I mean, they just run around in circles doing the same thing, getting what they want, and then they lose it, and then they get what they want, and then they lose it, and then they get what they want, and then they lose it again. So episode 1, I gave it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. It was a pretty disappointing start, especially because, Norman Reedus was hyping this season up a lot. He said the season finale of the season is the best Walking Dead episode ever. It's not. Big a disappointment with the ending as well. I will get to that in a minute. But let's go to episode 2. I absolutely loved episode 2. I thought everything about it was damn near perfect. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing I didn't like was the Carol and Ash story when they got to Greenland. I think it was Greenland. I just thought that was a little bit slow, but I loved everything with Lo Zhang. It's like leading to that, oh, he's actually the villain now, which I thought was pretty cool. And then, they fucking killed Emil. Holy shit, they killed Emil. I did not want him to die. And that was, the first moment that I realized was like, oh, shit, they're gonna kill everyone this season. Which then brings us into episode 3. Big misstep. I've never been so upset over a character death in The Walking Dead since Carl from now when they killed fucking Sylvie in this episode. And I'm not mad that she died. I'm mad how she died. She was running around and, saying, oh, they have Laurent. They're going to do something bad to Laurent. And then she just falls over an edge. Yeah, great way to piss me off. I had to turn off the episode. I turned off the episode and went back to it 2 hours later. Thanks, Scott Gimple. You're great. I don't even know if it's Scott Gimple's fault. I'm just blaming him because he's usually the main problem with The Walking Dead, such as Carl dying and Nick dying. It's all Scott Gimple's fault. He's an asshole. He's an idiot. I'm giving episode 3 a 4 out of 10, which is really low. That's like Fear the Walking Dead low. I mean, Fear the Walking Dead was already low. But when you strive into the 4 out of 10, 40%, come on. This is The Walking Dead. This is the new era where everything's been like 9 out of 10. What is going on here? So now let's go to episode 4. good episode until they killed Isabel off. Why do you kill the main character of the fucking show? I mean, she's not the main character. She's like the second main character or third main character now. Like, obviously, I understand why they killed her off. They killed her off to make room for Carol, but really? Really? No, that's so stupid. The way they killed her was so stupid. I gave that episode an 8 out of 10. I don't even want to speak about that episode. Like, I mean, the reunion with Carol and everything was really good. But why are you killing Isabel off? And then in episode 5, I don't really remember what happened in episode 5. Oh yeah, Lo Zhang died. I forgot about that. They go back to wherever Quinn was located at. Then we meet his girl. I forget her name, but we meet her again, which was nice to see her. They also fucking killed her. There's like 2 people from season 1 that are alive. No, there's 3. There's 3 people from season 1 that are alive. It's Laurent, Caudron, and Falou. I was going to be pissed if they ended up killing Falou. I'm glad they didn't kill him. But, you know, episode 5 was pretty good. I mean, I think I gave that an 8.5 out of 10. You know, I love the way Lo Zhang died. Thought that was great when Daryl just grabbed the skull and he just bashed in Lo Zhang's skull with the freaking human skull. It was absolute bonkers what was going on there. And then we get to episode 6. What Norman Reedus said was the best episode of all Walking Dead TV shows. Spoiler alert, it is not even close. I gave this episode like a 7 out of 10. It's just really disappointing. Everything was going good up until the end. Like, we saw Laurent and Ash, they fly away, they get home safe, which is really cool, it's neat. But if you watch the stuff that they talk about at the end, we're not going to see Laurent or Ash next season. So they're just gone. We're not going to see them, which is really disappointing. I hope that was just like a little joke and that we're going to see them in the next season, but I don't think that we are. I think they're sticking by their word, and I don't think we're going to see them at all because we didn't see them in the teaser at all, which is really disappointing. Like, Laurent's basically a main character now. But episode 6 was going so well, and then it wasn't. I liked how it was leading up to the ending. I thought that was pretty good. And then, you know, Falou stays behind, which I'm happy about that. At least one character got a happy ending. Caudron is now with Daryl and Carol, which is awesome. I love Caudron. He is definitely the star of this season, of the entire show, actually. But then, like, they go into these tunnels with the 2 British people or whatever they are. And then everybody just starts tripping because batshit makes you trip, apparently. Yeah, and then Caudron runs off after going crazy. Carol's tripping balls seeing Sophia, and then, you know, Daryl's seeing Isabel again, and then the 2 British people or Scottish people or whoever they were like, we're gonna kill you now. But then Daryl ended up killing them, and then it just ends. Carol's like, let's go home, Daryl, and it ends, and we know they're not going home because there's gonna be a season 3 and a season 4 of the show. Overall, I'm giving this season like a 7.5 out of 10. They could have done so much better. Like I said, it was bipolar. It was so good, and then it was so bad, and then it was so good, and then it was so bad again. Like, they couldn't make up their mind with this season. It's disappointing. It really is disappointing. I mean, this is what happens when you get Scott Gimple, the man, you let him get in his head and he takes control of everything. And then, you know, he thinks he's so cool because he's like, oh, last season did really good, so I'm going to take full control. When he takes full control, everything goes to shit. That's just how it's always been. He took full control in season 7 and season 8, went to complete shit. And then, you know, the history just wrote itself there. You know, Andrew Lincoln fucking left because of him. You know, killing off Carl, that was the last tick for that. But anyways, I give this season 7.5 out of 10. I will see all of you in the next review. See ya.